everybody, it's Rob Sartore with my video market update for the Cultural Coast. The latest statistics from FloridaRealtors.org are in. They show that the rising interest rates have really put a damper on sales in May of 22, and that's continuing to cause a slowdown in sales. We are even seeing a return maybe to a more balanced market. Compared to May of 21, sales of single-family homes were down nearly 7% and 14% for condo and townhome sales. Pending or under contract homes were also down. We are starting to see a market that resembles how sales looked in 2018 and 19, which was a more balanced market where homes were on the market for several months. In May, new listings for single-family homes in the state went up just over 10%. New listings for condos and townhouses didn't rise as much because I think many of the home buyers that were going to buy a home found that they could get more bang for their buck by buying a condo or townhome, putting a damper on inventory there. So sales in May were down and new listings rose. There are more listings on the market even now, and those will continue to rise. Finally, good news for some buyers, for sure. Single-family homes listings in May of 22 were up almost 24% from April and over 31% from last year when properties were flying off the shelves. Let me just say that even though this seems like a big increase, you have to remember that this is a market where we had less than a month of inventory that has increased now to about a month and a half. That is still very much a seller's market because that doesn't equal out unless we have 5-6 months worth of inventory. That's a balanced market. We haven't seen that since 2018-19. Days on market went up a day, which showed somewhat of a slowing of the speed at which a property would go to contract. Not a lot, but it's still another indicator of a slight slowing. And even though condo sales went up 16% month over month, sales were still down over 20% from last year. The inventory is going up and inching us closer to a neutral or balanced market. Remember, real estate's like a slow-moving animal, like an elephant. It's not like the stock market or Bitcoin. It's more like turning a huge boat in water. It doesn't turn on a dime, or quickly for that matter. Home prices are still high, about 22% higher than last year. Condos and townhouses rose almost 29%. And in my opinion, they're going to keep rising in Florida, but only by as much as about the mortgage interest rates have. In other words, about 5 or 6%. You can have a look at Sarasota and Bradenton sales in the links below in my Cultural Coast Market Report email for this week. Hey, I thank you so much for taking your time to watch this and for subscribing to my newsletter and choosing to work with me for any real estate you might need. Please email, text, or call to let me know anything you would like to know more about at 941-685-0292. The links are in the email. Thank you so much, and best always, Rob Sartore, your realtor here at Coldwell Banker Realty, downtown Sarasota, my stomping grounds.